In the last videos, we talked about advanced stream operations and rxDart, and we have said that we will need this to create the entries page of our time tracking application. And the most interesting part of this section will be about how to manipulate streams. And to give you a better overview of what we need to do, I had prepared this diagram, which shows how we need to transform our data. So at the top, we have two inputs, which are a list of jobs and a list of entries. And we get these values from streams that are connected to the collections in our Firestore database. Meanwhile, at the bottom, we have our output data, which is a list of a type called EntriesListTileModel. And this is a model class that we can use directly to show each row inside this list. And as you can see, there are a number of transformations that take place in order to convert our inputs into the desired output. And for one of these transformations, we need some help from the rxDart library, because what we need to do is to combine the incoming values from two separate streams and produce an output stream that contains the data that we need. So while we will write the logic for combining the data items in our code, the way the stream events are produced is controlled by a specific operator in rxDart called combineLatest. And if we want, we can visit the combineLatest documentation page on the ReactiveX website. And this contains a useful diagram that helps us visualize how the output stream data is produced based on the inputs. So in this case, we have two observables or streams where one emits some numbers and the other one emits some letters. And the output stream waits for both inputs to produce a value and then emits the first value itself. And from that point onwards, each time an input value is added, then an output value is added as well. And the way the combine function works is by adding together the latest number and letter from the input streams. By the way, this is an interactive diagram, and if you want, you can drag around the input values and see how the output stream changes as a result. Okay, so this is how the combineLatest operator works, and this is what we will use in our application. But if you have some time, I recommend that you check out all the various operators that are available in ReactiveX, and you can find the entire list at the bottom of this page. Okay, so let's get back on track, because we want to see how we can combine jobs and entries from our Firestore collections. And at this point, I want to make one thing clear, and that is that implementing all these transformations in these diagrams requires quite a bit of code. So rather than typing all this code by hand, I've chosen to prepare it as an attachment that we can add directly to our project. And then we will do a code walkthrough. So the next step is to grab the entries.zip file that is attached in the resources for this lesson and download it. And then we will add this to our project. So let's continue to the next video.